And we have all of that stuff that in the comics that they have to overcome, stereotyping. And then we also have the fact that there are actual Asians and Asian Americans involved with the creation of the film. So they put themselves into it, and you get all of these really good feelings, these good vibes, the martial arts aspect plus Disney money. So that scene, oh my God, are you kidding me? That bus scene is incredible. Okay. And then just the random Aquafina knows how to drive because they know how to drive. Okay, whatever.
At least they established that in the beginning with her driving
Right.
the car. And then she talks about like being Jeff Gordon. And that's all I need from a mover. That's all I need from a movie, Norbert, is when someone in the beginning's like, listen, I can drive. And then a scene happens and they're like,
That's it.
I'll drive. Like that's
Right.
all I need.
That's it.
That's all I need. So, and like, but also that bus chase, I watched it again. I know it's completely different countries, right? But if you think about Old Boy, it's South Korea, obviously.
Right.
But there's the hallway fight. In this, during the subway fight, there's a long shot of like what Shang-Chi fighting through the bus. Yeah. In a extended kind of hallway-esque dolly tracking shot. And he delivers 10 strikes. And also too, like bringing Florian Montanu in there, he played Dolph Lundgren's son. Dude's a brick.
Really?
And in Creed 2, he plays
oh right, yes.
Yeah. Watching him the first fight where he beats up the henchman and then watching that dude drop his like cloak and then put his arm on there and then just cut his way through. It's such like a cool. It's a fight, but it also tells a story. You learn that he can fight. You learn and then also the brakes go out in kind of an organic way because you cut through the ground. And it's just a really neat fight scene. And I think it's beautiful. Man, I remember sitting in theaters and just going, this is next level. Like
it is.
This is beautiful. I don't know. Then the scaffolding fight happened, and I thought that was really cool with the heights added in. But man, I think that bus fight's probably one of my favorite action scenes of the year by far.
Agreed, 100%. And so now that we have established that Damage Control, RIP to Dwayne McDuffie for creating Damage Control. Damage Control exists in the Marvel Universe as kind of the insurance company that deals with destruction of superhero battles. Are they going to pay that woman for that laptop? Because I would be pissed if my laptop got destroyed. Superhero battle, bro. I got all my classic games on that laptop. If I can't play Bubble Bobble anymore because Shang-Chi saved my life, I'm going to be pissed. I'd rather be dead. Who's paying me back for that laptop, bro? That's my question.
Oh, I watched a few MMA fights, so I'm going to rate this fight scene. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing that I've ever. Oh, man. And speaking of fights, so there's a new show on YouTube. It's called Ultimate Fight Club, and Joseph Benavides is the host of it, and he's a former WEC, UFC title challenger. I think one of the best ever 125-pounders ever fighting. He has a show now, and my wife Megan told me about it because he's married to Megan Levy, who does reporting for UFC. So if you want to listen to a fun new YouTube show, listen to Ultimate Film Club. So check him out on Instagram. I know I'm just throwing it out there, but he's a great fighter. No, this movie though, man, like I took Megan with it when you were just raving about it on the way home because I really. So in terms of watchability, for me, I think it's Thor Ragnarok, the 2 Ant-Man movies, this and Black Widow that I can watch a lot, that I'll put on. And I don't know, I just love the opening fight where he's just destroying people. And I love that Razor Fist has a car. And I researched it, Norbert. It's a BMW iX3. And it has frozen gray metallic paintwork featuring quirky elements and striking colors. The grille incorporates bright blue teeth that make the typical BMW look even more striking. The hood bears Razor Fist logo. And then he has Razor Fist. This dude has his own car. And it's fully electric.
The thing that managed to actually strike me in this movie is oh my God, I'm choking. The thing that managed to strike me in this movie is how it just continues the tradition of Disney characters with dead moms, and something's going on with their dad. You got this movie, you got Bambi, you got The Lion King, you got Finding Nemo, on and on and on. He's just so mad. And this time, daddy's trying to get mommy back. He's insane about it.
Yeah. And so you like him too, right? Like it's not his fault that, he wore the rings and destroyed the world for thousands of years. But that at least drove him so insane that he went and did this. So there's at least that's what the good villains are too. Like you like, and then he makes a sacrifice at the end. Jeez Louise. Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But of course, had you watched Tony Leung movies in the past, you would realize, yeah, that's a Tony Leung thing. That's what his characters do, man. His characters always end up, yeah, I'm going to do the right thing.
Yeah. Some people are talking about the greatest action films of all time, and people are releasing like top 10 lists, and like none of them were from Hong Kong or South Korea or Japan. You can't. Okay, I have a question, Norbert. Can you make a top 10 all-time best action film list without including at least an Enter the Dragon or a 13 Assassins or Hard-Boiled The Killer? Yeah. Can you? I mean, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I mean, like I'm just mentioning 5. And I haven't even mentioned Jackie Chan. Can you? Is your list? Well, does that make sense if there's no like Asian action?
No, not at all. You know, different times, man. You know what I mean? When we were kids, this stuff just used to come on TV because it was cheap content for the networks to buy and put on television. So we grew up watching, great martial arts movies. And this is why Shang-Chi is marketed towards us. Marvel Comics in the 70s was just like, hey, let's just make Shang-Chi. Okay, oh, cool, that works. Okay, let's just make Iron Fist, because Kung Fu was a thing. James Bond, for Christ's sake, they put some martial arts in there because Enter the Dragon was popular. Which one of those movies was it? It wasn't oh my gosh. Brain just died.
Was it Connery?
I think it was.
Was it the one where he became Japanese? But that's Japan, not remember? And he became a ninja?
Yeah, man. This is what happens, man. These things get popular and people just jump on them. And so here we are. Shang-Chi, that is homage to all of the great martial arts movies. Martial arts movies gives us wire work, the wire work that they ended up using in the Matrix. They didn't just make that up. You know what I mean? The multiple hand punch thing that Smith does to Neo when he's up against the wall.
Oh, that's old.
That's super old school anime, Fist of the North Stars. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball. So Shang-Chi has so much to pay homage to and build on top of.
Can I give some respect to 1995 Mortal Kombat real quick?
That movie's awesome.
Dude, Paul W. Sanderson, Robin Chow, like the final fight is there's one scene where there's 17 strikes without a cut. Right. And just watching, there's wire work in it. Like this is like Paul, what I love? Paul W. Sanderson's like, everyone talks about The Matrix, but like he's like, we were the first like American movie to have a lot of wire work in it with the fights. He's like, but no one gives me credit. They give Matrix credit. But I guess, you think about Black Christmas as far as slasher movie goes and everyone thinks about Halloween. So I guess that's fair, but watch Mortal Kombat again.
It's that Disney money, man. It's that Disney money. Imagine Mortal Kombat from 95 with Disney money. Good God. Man. The exact same movie, just with Disney money.
But just the fights, man, the fights and like, even rate. When a movie's good, when I think a movie's good, this is how I think a movie's good, Norbert. When a villain like Razor Fist has his own car, because it's a deep bench. When a movie like Die Hard, right? Predator, Royal Tenenbaums, Jaws, all Doctor Strangelove. When there are characters that are side characters that become iconic, that's when you know a movie's good. And that's why I like Shang-Chi, because it just, I don't know, it has the deep bench and I love it. And Michelle Yeoh, man, oh, geez Louise. We haven't talked about her.
Not because there's so much going on. Yeah. And Michelle Yeoh refuses to age. First of all, she's doing all her own work. She goes from being a model to, oh, by the way, I can also punch you right in the jaw and make it look good. She's brilliant as it. She's brilliant in the movie. As not just and she's not just playing some mom figure, she's a boss. Okay. She's not mom, she's not auntie, she's not grandma, she is a boss. And she will help give Awkwafina a little advice to, hey, why don't you go
archery,
do archery, because your time as comic relief has ended. We don't need you to be funny anymore. Finally, Abomination. Okay, what's the deal with Abomination being cool now? How's Abomination cool now?
I just like that Wong's making extra money beating people up.
Side hustle. It's kayfabe. It's kayfabe. They're doing WWE in the beginning of that movie.
Oh, that makes
You
me
know?
so happy. I love it. Oh my gosh. Hey, so how about this? You want to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk Eternals, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and if we have other awards, we can dole those out. You want to take a quick break?
No problem, champ.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And so we've covered Black Widow. We've covered Shang-Chi. Let's cover Eternals and Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is insane for a half hour. I just want to tell you, so I went to a screening of like a press screening for Eternals, and I remember watching it, and I enjoyed it. But I just thought to myself, audiences are not going to, I was like, this is not going to go over well. I remember when I watched Wonder Woman 1984. And I dug the insanity of it. I was like, yes, give me more bonkers insanity. But I'm like, people won't like this. And I mean, Eternals right now is sitting at 47% rotten. It's the only rotten MCU movie. And I was listening to the Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong podcast, and one of the guests on the show was talking about how they read the comic books, and so every scene, they're like, yeah, Angelina Jolie, it shows her PTSD, and like he was breaking down. But I thought to myself, like, I don't know the comic book. So when I watched this, I just knew not every character was serviced. And if you think about Black Panther and Spider-Man, they were introduced in Civil War, then they got their own movies. And Spider-Man had his own lore before this. Chloe Zhao was asked in this movie to explain why a group of wildly powerful Superman-esque immortals have been on Earth for thousands of years, did not engage in all the shenanigans that has happened, and then they have to battle a Titan, save the world, all have unique personalities, spread around the world. It's like a recruiting movie. Like they go from place to place recruiting people. It's just too much. And also, Chloe Zhao is this art house director. And as much as I would have loved to see a $200 million Chloe Zhao movie, that's not going to happen with MCU. So what we're left with is half her, half Marvel, a lot of characters, but it still worked for me. I still enjoyed it. I think it had enough there. It asked enough big questions for me to enjoy it. But all the hate, I guess people just haven't put Eternals in context, right? But I don't understand how this is 47%. Do you?
No.
I guess I do, but it's not a 47% movie.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is a perfectly cromulent film, as they would say in The Simpsons. It's perfectly cromulent. And the characters, I don't feel a lot of people who complained about this movie, there are too many people. I don't understand what's going on. Then clearly you're just playing with your phone. I didn't find it hard to follow.
No, there's no. Okay. Please,
go ahead.
I hate Norbert when people are like, I'm watching this movie. Like someone's like, I'm watching Wonder Woman 1984. I have no clue what's going on. Yeah, because you're fucking tweeting. Watch the movie. Like, seriously, Norbert, you just summed it up. You're on your phone, or you hated it already, or you have some agenda to push.
Exactly.
Like, if you watch any of these movies, you know what's going on. It's all bullshit.
It is 100%. I found each character to be very distinct.
Yes.
Exactly who was doing what.
Exactly. The action scenes, I knew what was going on, Norbert. I knew what was going on in the action scenes.
Exactly. It was a little bit dark because apparently Ms. Zhao wanted to use natural light.
Natural light, yeah.
But okay, that's fine. You know, I get it. You know, have you watched the Zack Snyder movie lately? You know, those movies aren't bright.
The same people who hate Zack Snyder movies were like, the Eternals is garbage. Or no, same people who love Zack Snyder were like, Eternals is crap. Like, you should love the Eternals if you love Zack Snyder.
Yeah. If I do have to complain about a character, I will say that, and this is a problem with billions of movies, the people who we're supposed to root for to fall in love, not the most interesting couple. They don't have a lot of great chemistry together. You know what I mean? And I'm going to give my first award today. My first award today goes to the Superman guy. What's his character's name? I forgot.
But he flies so close to the sun.
Icarus, thank you.
Yeah.
So the award
Richard Madden.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. The award for, of course, this is the bad guy, goes to Icarus. Because clearly, you know, for the first 10 minutes, this guy, it looks like it hurts his face to smile, for God's sake, man. And he's with this lovely woman, not just outside, but she seems really cool. You know?
She's legit. Yeah, she's awesome.
When they're together, I don't find the sparks, man. You know, they're very bland couple. a very bland couple.
Did you like her with Kit Harington?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.